Hello, and welcome to The Angry Sniper.
I'll go.
Yeah, it's here. We've finally got it. The information about Engineering 4.0. There's a link in the description below which will take you to their blog, which is, hey, here we go. So, I don't know when they've released this, but I've only just noticed it myself. Yeah, bit of a pain. It looks like scoundrels are going to be even much more of a pain to kill now than they were before. But I'm going to skip straight to here. I've read this through briefly, quickly already, and there's a couple of changes in here I think is great, but the main one is this one. Our new skill for Sniper, for all three specs. New ability. Resets the active cooldown on evasion, countermeasures, shield probe, cover pulse, entrench, covered escape. This ability has a base cooldown of 3 minutes and is off the global cooldown. 3 fucking minutes? Are they for real? It's like, really? Okay, so let's go up and have a look at the operative skill again. Hollow traverse, trick move, supercharge your stealth generator, quickly moving you to a friendly or enemy target and increasing your movement speed by 75% for 3 seconds. Does not break stealth. Can be used against enemy targets in cover. Oh, sorry, cannot be used against enemy targets in cover. Has a 45-second cooldown and is off the global cooldown. Let's read this again. 45 seconds. Quickly moves them to a friendly or enemy target. And it increases their movement speed by 75% for 3 whole bloody seconds. It's like... Say what? That's in addition to their double roll? It's... Jesus Christ! It's... No! So when I look at this awesome new skill we've got, yes, great, we're getting our resets back. But for a start, I am still against it, 100%, I'm sorry. Marksman and bloody virulence getting these resets, you know? These resets were engineering. It is what made engineering, well, it's part of what made engineering engineering. So great. Well done, BioWare. All you've done is to take one of the iconic skills of the engineering spec and give it to all snipers. In addition, what exactly are you giving engineering which is new? You're not. You took something away in 3.0 and you give it back to us in 4.0 as a new skill, inverted commas. And it's 3-minute cooldown. Let that sink in for a second. It's crazy. With what we've already had and what we've already known so far, this is 100% exactly what was in that data mined information. That's the other thing to keep in mind. So, we're getting those resets. Great. It's going to help. I'm not a fan of that 3-minute cooldown, but I'm not going to sit here and deny it's not going to be useful, because it is. It's going to be useful. The big problem it's the kind of thing I can see it being more useful in bloody solo queue and group arenas than it is in regular war zones. You know, it's and it's a kick up the ass for bloody... It's a kick in the teeth for engineering. Again, they're being nerfed in the sense. Okay, nerfed is probably the wrong bird to use, and I've only just. So my kind of opinions on it are still rather fresh, so take that under advisement. I may feel differently later on, but at the moment it just feels like we're getting nothing new. There's really not. Okay, we're getting some resets which we didn't have before, like cover pulse, countermeasures, woohoo, evasion. Well, evasion is kind of it lasts for 3 seconds. 3 whole seconds. Fantastic. So 3 seconds. Say you hit it again. So that's another 3 seconds. So then you've got the shield probe. That can go once you activate it within the space of one global cooldown. So say for argument's sake, just add another second for that. And then, of course, you get, obviously once you press this skill, you get to do shield probe again. Obviously, you'd do evasion, shield probe, to make it work properly. That's another second. So that's still not very much. Over 10 seconds. It's kind of, when you consider what the other classes have, this is going to be useful. It's going to take a while to have to get used to. I'm used to. I'm an engineering sniper, or engineering snipers, good engineering snipers, who played it before 3.0 for quite some time, are going to remember what it's like to use double covered escape, double entrench, double shield probe. We've been there. We've done that for a long time. But a 3-minute cooldown, that's going to take a while to get the hang of as to exactly under what circumstances do we press our 3-minute blasted cooldown. It's 3 minutes. It's too fucking long. It's great that we're getting them back. I don't think marksman and virulence should have it. If you're a marksman or virulence sniper and you disagree, well, tough shit. I'm an engineering sniper, so you're not going to win that battle with me. No disrespect intended, but it sucks balls what they did to engineering in the 3.0 and giving it back to us in this fashion. When damn well you'll get all these idiotic people complaining about, oh shit, marksman doesn't need all this stuff, double entrench, double cover pulse, and everything else is kind of, no, it's too much. They need to be nerfed. It's okay, that might be going overboard, but do you remember the crap everybody else brought up when BioWare let it be known that they were going to turn evasion for all snipers into a 3-second god mode? 100% damage immunity whilst you're in cover. 3 whole seconds. 3 whole seconds. And the amount of crap which came up about that, which resulted in that being removed from that particular patch. You can't guarantee that people are not going to complain about this. And I, for one, am sick to death of engineering being nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and getting not much back in return. And I'm sorry, this particular skill is something we should have had. They should have recognised their mistake and given it back to us by now. We should already have it back. So that's my opinion on the new so-called ability we are getting is kind of, yes, it's going to be helpful. I think it's engineering again is getting absolutely nothing new. We're just getting a nerfed due to the 3 minutes is what I'm referring to specifically. We are getting a nerfed version of what we already have for marksmen and rollers. Great, they're getting something new. Fantastic. So what does engineering get? It sucks. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still looking forward to 4.0. I'm still going to get it. I'm still going to continue on. But just having read this and it's rather fresh, it's kind of... No. Breathe. So, with that said, and I've got a Skyly loaded as well. Let's get this up. This is our tree at the moment. Now, if you're someone who's... there's a reason why I'm going into here. Dink. Sorry, there we are. Imperial Autoloader, level 56. Now, I've turned around and said before, certainly in a vid and in a couple of posts on the forums, this is in the wrong place. There is a problem in the experience you get in leveling an engineering sniper. It looks like Bioware have thought the same thing, because Imperial Autoloader is now trained at level 36. Woohoo! That is what I'm pumped about. Because of that one single change, I guarantee from level 36 onwards, the whole spec is going to feel differently. Of course, that means I'm going to have to level another sniper when 4.0 hits. It's got to be done. I want to experience engineering in 4.0 with that one single change. That's kind of... So, I'm pumped about that. That is a good change. I like that. That's a very, very good change. There's a few other things. So, in level 36 at the moment, you've got Electrified Railgun at 36 and Electrified Blast at level 40. As a result of that, it's kind of everything else is kind of moved up. So you got Electrified Railgun at 40 and 44, and it's kind of, it just moves upwards. That is a good change. I do like that. It's kind of fantastic. That's going to be good. That's a very, very, very good change. Cluster bombs is now trained at level 16, down from 20. 16 down from 20. Okay, yeah. I still would prefer if they had given us a 3-second cooldown on fragmentation grenades, but I guess having that 4 levels earlier would be okay. It's still kind of, yeah, in a way, but yeah, that's just me. Explosive engineering is now trained at level 24. Explosive engineering increases down 24. So now trained at level 20. Yeah. But they've obviously had a thought about what they can do at the lower end, so they've kind of... They obviously didn't like the idea of fragmentation grenade, so they kind of, well, we'll just move the cluster bombs downwards a bit, and that affects. So, cluster bombs... it won't have the same impact, but I'll still look... It's going to be fun trying the new spec out in 4.0. The leveling process, so that's going to be good. So, yeah, I like these changes. It's a shame they didn't, as I said, put a buff to reduce the cooldown of fragmentation at that skill, but you know, I can live with this. That's a big change for engineering, for new people who are going to experience engineering. This is going to have a much better effect in one respect, in my opinion, than that. You know, it's kind of, I'll get used to this. You know, I'll get used to it and I'll use it and I'll make the best out of it as I can. But it's just when I think of, it's basically what we already had, but a nerfed version, buffed in the sense we get more resets, but nerfed in the sense that, well, you know, it was a 1 minute cooldown before on the resets. Now it's been increased to 2 minutes, and in the sense of that, you know, I mean, this is meant to be extra mobility. This is like the mobility version of, you know, this is a mobility expansion. And it's like, you look at this, it's kind of, for real? It's for real? It's no. No. Oh, dear me. So, on to the utilities. Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly the same as before. I'm still not going to get it, to be perfectly frank. I mean, Cover Pulse is a 30-second skill. And it's like, I'm not going to use Cover Pulse for... calculated hot pursuit is now... Yep, this is a bad change. This and this is a really bad change. It's kind of... No, it's... They should not... This is a mistake. They should not be moving the established range to tier 2. I don't care what they say. It's just under no circumstances. And then they are moving... what was it? That one? Really? It's like... No. Just no. No. It's unbelievable. So people will still choose ballistic dampers. I suppose in one respect, it's... You may end up using this one because... I just don't see the value. I just don't. You know? It's... I'm not a fan of that skill. It didn't matter where you put it in. It's not for me. I guess in one respect it makes sense in terms of mobile. They're trying to get snipers to be more mobile, so by putting this in tier 1, it means people are more likely to choose it. Because there's no way in hell you're going to choose it here. So in that respect, it kind of makes sense. But I would much rather they change it with that bloody thing. Because I don't rate that very much, you know. That way, we could choose ballistic dampers, that, and if you must, that one, you know. But don't fuck with that, which they've obviously already done. So yeah, it's that one. That's strange. I'm normally on that one. Best ease up a bit. Well, now I'm going to be like that then. Strange. That's the problem of having so many snipers. I tend to get mixed up on... I should be on that one. Never mind. That explains a few things. Seat cover, that's a must. It's going to be seat cover and re-establish range. Because you need... For engineering, you need to choose re-establish range and series of snares. There's no ifs or buts about it. You've just got to do it. You've got to have it. I guess it'll make an interesting choice for marksman snipers, but then that's because of their stupid ass sniper volley. So yeah, not a fan of this. New utility. What's this one then? Slows the target by 50% for the duration of the trauma effect. By 50%. Yeah. Where's my... There it is. 10 seconds. A 10 second 50% slow. It's kind of... Really? Well, you know, interrogation probe. Where's the thing on here? Slows it for 30% for 18 seconds. Plus we've got our plasma probe, which is 70% slow. So kind of, yeah, I guess. Yeah, but for real, nah. There's no way in hell, as an engineering sniper, you're going to be using that. It's just not going to happen. The one, I guess you could, but then you wouldn't be able to choose seek cover, which seems that's seek cover could potentially have a nerf later on. I wouldn't be surprised because we now are going to have a 3-minute reset on entrench. So I wouldn't be surprised if that got a bit changed later on. I don't think it should be, of course, but not with a 3-minute bloody cooldown. If they were worried about that, then they should make it so that this particular effect, you know, the speed buff, does not happen more than 20 seconds. 40 seconds, sorry. So you can't have kind of 40 seconds worth of 50% speed boost, you know. So I'm not a fan of that. Masterful has become overcrowded, because that's an okay skill to have. I did think I was on that one. Never mind. Seek cover, re-establish range, pillbox sniper, and augmented shields. These others kind of not for me. So yeah, let's look at this one then. Oh yeah. Your damage reduction is increased by 10% for 10 seconds. Whoa. And it's a 30 second. Well, I'll be having a series of snares anyway. That's for damn sure. You know, it's kind of, that's a must. I guess I could play around with it and have it. The problem with it is, in order to get the absolute best out of diversion, you need this. It's kind of, and that's where my problem is with this new particular skill, because of the way our class is defensive-wise at this precise moment in time, because of all this extra CC immunity and mobility. The kind of diversion is an important skill for us. Incidentally, there's nothing in here which shows they are removing the dumbass remove of cover against enemy snipers for diversion. That's something else they should really be taken out, but they obviously haven't. Idiots. So I'll give this one a try. I'll try and give it a fair try, but I'm going to miss this. So for me, I can see myself changing it, but trying it, but going back. So yeah, I don't know how long I've been talking, but that's my opinions on this. It's chuffed about this. That's a good. I like what they're trying to do here in terms of they're trying to improve the lower section a bit. But cluster bombs doesn't really do it. It's kind of the problem with the cluster bombs is it's a I'm trying to think of the right wording. It's having the 3 seconds reduction on corrosive grenade, on fragmentation grenade, means we get to use that more often. So we have got another skill, essentially, we can use that much more often. And it's that exact thing, that extra 3 seconds sooner that we can use it, that makes a world of difference. And getting these cluster bombs lower down, well, you still need to use a skill to explode the cluster bombs. You don't get series of shots until level 36. You know, so I like it. In one respect is, yes, it does make a bit more sense, to be honest. I shall give it a try. I shall see what it's like. I could be dead wrong, but putting its Imperial autoloader to level 36, that's a good move. That's a really good move. I guess now we just have to sit and wait to see what other new skills we tend to get. Yeah, it's it's like really unbelievable. It's just no way. It's kind of, there's nothing in here that I can see that they are altering the their covered escape. I couldn't tell you what it's called, but so they are still able to do that double roll, and they get this. It's kind of, at what range is that? They haven't exactly said. Is it say 30 meters or 10 meters or 12 meters? What's the distance? That's going to make them... Hutball's going to be a pain in the ass now with operatives having that. That's essentially an operative version of the Guardian Leap. Oh dear. So yeah, Knights of the Old Republic, the Fallen Empire, 4.0. We have engineering information at last. What's it going to be like to play? We're going to have to wait and see.